Hey guys, how you doing? It is a Friday, a very cold actually Friday night here in the UK. But we're just jumping on with Neil to get some updates on what's been happening with the power lead system, with the AI, the follow-up and everything. So do you want to say anything before we hand it over to Neil, Eric?
No, I'm ready for the updates too, so I'm excited to hear
Star of the
about
show, Neil, your favorite position, away you go. Neil loves being on camera.
it.
So
Well, what's
how's it
going
been
on?
going so far then, Neil?
We are on the precipice of something completely enormous. I think everything has come together at this point in time where we have this incredible product. We've got world-class digital products by some of the top professionals in the industry. We didn't find some cookie cutter products online. The platform that we're using has been used by marketers for over a decade. The people that have been with us from day one over a decade ago are still with us using these tools, and that should say something. We're excited about what's happening. Very recently, I decided to put all of our products together in one incredible all-in package for 1997. And when you're making these $1,500 commissions and you're not the one like doing any follow-up, you're not making the calls, you're not doing any closing, we put these closers at the end of the funnel. That's the key. It's the AI combined with that personal touch that I think we have something so special, and I don't think anybody realizes what's about to happen. I mean, when this hits and people get wind of what we have and what we have in place, it's just going to go crazy. It's going to go gangbusters for sure.
Well,
All
well,
right, Neil, I'm
some
gonna hit you.
people,
Go
oh, go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead, Paul.
I
Well,
was
I was
only
gonna
going to
hit him.
say
I was
some
gonna hit him
people
with
have
some
already
hard.
seen the light. Some
Yeah.
people have already seen the light, and some are just watching. So go ahead, Eric.
Well, I was gonna treat this like a confirmation here. So you got these senators in Congress in front of you, and we want to know that you're the man for the job, Neil. So I'm gonna hit you with a hard hitting question here. Um, so here's the thing. So it's funny when Paul and I, have known Neil forever. We got a lot of respect for Neil. We've worked with Neil through his company on other projects. Paul actually launched his MMM product through Neil and that platform, which has been awesome. But when they came to us about the AI stuff, we loved it. We love the back end. We know people struggle with follow up. We love the AI co-op that's getting ready to start on the 15th. We'll have you talk about that, Neil, because it's a way for people to generate leads. But we knew the biggest issue was follow up. And through our AI platform and through the platform of PLS, they're going to get 17 up to 17 follow-ups with prospects. And obviously the AI will actually even communicate with the prospect and answer their questions. And actually, it's incredible. But we told Neil, we said, Neil, look, because Neil, the great thing about working with Neil, he's always looking to improve. He's not one of those guys, these owners or CEOs. It's like, it's my way or the highway. He's always constantly going, hey, how can we improve? How can we make this better? So we said, hey, would you be willing to actually close, Neil, some of these high tickets? And we were kind of, I was kind of shocked. Neil's like, yeah, I don't mind. I like being on the phone. I'll start closing, and and that's been huge, right? Because he'll actually get on the phone, and we've got that human touch. But the hard hitting question here, Neil, is okay, that's awesome. But as we start this co op and leads start to come in, you're one man. Okay. So, are you going to be able to keep up with the volume? And, so what do you have in the works right now as this kind of grows and develops more and more? Because this thing is going to explode. There's going to be, thousands of people that flood into this as this gets moving. So, what are you doing from a company perspective to be prepared for that? And then, if you would, after kind of addressing that, talk a little bit about the AI co-op coming and what you guys have set up. I know you're working with a third party agency, so just give us some info on that, if you would.
Am I going to be able to handle it? No, no, not at all. And that's the great news, because what we've already started in place is we're creating the most incredible programming to be able to bring in some of the top closers. Eric, this is something that we're going to have. And we're not just bringing in anybody. I mean, the people that we've got that want to come in and be a part of this are some of the best closers in the entire industry that have done millions of dollars in other, similar ventures. They're going to be top notch, and they're going to be working very, very hard to make anybody involved. They're going to start out, trying to make those $1,500 commissions. And the programming that we're going to do, we've got one of the best programmers on earth. It's going to be fantastic. A person's going to be able to schedule the time they want to meet. They're going to be notified, and it's going to happen. So just know that we know exactly what is ahead of us and what we need to be prepared for, and we're going to be prepared for it. We're going to have the best closers. We're going to bring on more when we need them. And as far as the agency that we're working with, this is all they do. I have a contact who started using them a while back for a very niche product, and they were like at $15 an opt-in or something like that. And after just a short time, after they monetized, they got it down to like $2 a lead. Now, I don't know what they're going to do for us, but I know that they know exactly what we want. We're working very closely with them. They're professionals. This is going to be a long-term relationship. We're in this for the long term. So we're preparing for our testing, and this first co-op is going to be amazing. And this is going to be an ongoing thing. You're going to be able to participate in these nationwide social media co-ops, which is a game changer. Everybody, wants to know, where do I go for leads? How do I go to my family and friends?
Write a list.
Solve the biggest issue right there. So
yeah, it's pretty crazy. I want you to talk on this real quick, Paul. There's so much, pardon my French, bullshit in the industry, right? Since I've been online for years, right? It's always been plug into our system, and the system will handle everything for you. And it's just not the truth. I mean, Paul and I have been involved in a lot of systems, guys.
Yeah,
Trust
we should
me,
be millionaires if that was true.
Right. There's not one that we've just plugged into, but it has a real, and of course Paul and I are like, hey, we want to teach people how to go market. We think it's healthy to do those things, but this may be the first thing I think we've plugged into that really has almost everything. Talk about that, Paul.
Let me just talk about that. Is I don't know if I want to teach people how to market anymore. And here's why. So, it can be draining, it can be hard work, it can also be amazing, and it can be fun, getting with people and teaching them some cool marketing stuff, etc., etc. But the vast majority of people, what don't they have? Time. And if they do have time, they'd rather be doing something else than writing blog posts, making videos and things like that. Now with AI's made a lot of that like far easier, but I know apparently was it Google or Facebook are starting to pull away from AI content. So then it's going to be the real content that's, going to be shown more again. So it's more work, and people don't have the inclination, the time, or they get overwhelmed. They don't really, let's be honest, and me and Eric are probably included. If we could just have money rolling in, right? Who wouldn't want that really? And those things are normally a scam. With this isn't a scam. This is done for you. And that's why I look at it. Because there's always going to be some work required. And this, like Eric said, it's the first thing. What if let's think about what we got, a 12-year-old, you always say decade plus, but we know somebody who's been paid for 12 years and you've never missed a day's payment because the system pays daily. You've never missed a day's payment in 12 years. So we've got a lot of credibility. You've got a really good reputation and standing, in the online world. That is hard to get these days. Now we've got AI to actually handle Eric coined the phrase, the 80% gets handled by the AI, so the initial phone calls, weeding out people that maybe aren't interested or whatever. You've got that being done for us, for you, if you're watching this. And then, so you can buy a co-op, so you can get your leads, you can get the AI to deal with the 80%. And then we've got the human touch, so we've got real people, right? And it's almost kind of a bit weird that we've got marketing training that a lot of people, to be honest, I can buy leads. I know the AI will do its job at first. And then I know that there's the quality people that are likely to want to go all in and make those $1,500 commissions. Well, they're going to speak to somebody. Neil's been in the industry donkey's years. We know one of the cloners, one of the people that are coming in. I hate the word closer, by the way. Neil, how hard do you have to close people?
You know what? When I show them a clear picture of what we have set up with the AI, which we're kind of pioneers with, I haven't seen anybody with the quality and the depth of what we've created. I mean, we've dove into this. There's nobody out there has a laser focused AI agent just going after and having one common purpose. This is just to get them to that sales page. And then, the system and the funnel takes over from there. But the quality of people that we have to be doing this, there's just nothing like it. You know, that human touch at the end. And as far as when I present them, everything kind of in a nutshell, like, look, the AI does all the follow-up. Then you have this live personal touch at the end. If that light bulb goes on, which a lot of times it does, it's not a hard sell. It's just like, okay, man, this is unlike anything I've heard. It almost sounds too good to be true. But like I said, we're pioneers. We're the first to market combining this AI specifically focused on driving people to your funnel and then having that live personal touch. So when people understand that and they get it, it's hard to say no to. It really is.
And I'll tell you what I love as well, just before I hand it to you, Eric, 75% commission basically. So you only need 2 sales at the all in and you're $1,000 in profit. And then you've got the recurrings that kick in later as well. And even if somebody doesn't go all in, you're likely to get them on the lower ticket recurring as well. So you've done, this is now like, it's got everything. It's got low ticket, it's got decent commission, high ticket, it's got people that will talk for us, it's got the AI to do the following up for us. You can generate leads, high quality leads being worked on. So that's why, Eric, to answer your question, I don't want to teach people how to market anymore. I want to get them to plug into a system that I know most people don't even do any of this because they don't have time or they don't know what to do. So this has got to be better. And for the people that maybe could do it as well as the AI and stuff, why would you want to if it's going to do it as well as you anyway? So,
well, and to think about it, Paul, they don't want to teach people to market too, and we don't have to with this. Why? Because the entire products are how to go market from some of the top marketers. So the content's fantastic. Plus they do live training. So we already have people on board already ready to teach you inside of PLS how to go maximize if they want to kind of go market.
If you're a go-getter, that's where you head to that training. If you want to scale up and do your own promotions, absolutely, you go for it. And I encourage you to, but I don't want to teach you anymore because it's all in the system.
So I want to just have you close this out, Neil, because I just want to understand this, right? And everybody else to understand it. So so I'll say this now, this just popped in my head. So we have AI agents and we have human agents. So now we got both. We got AI and HI. So we're golden, right? But right now the process is the AI co-ops are going to begin around the 15th. People can buy into the co-ops, but those will be a steady thing moving forward. Right now, someone opts in, and the way it's set up now, because we're just sort of, it's not a pre-launch, it's a 12-year-old company, but this AI portion of the company is sort of, I think I would call it still a pre-launch phase. So right now they opt in, they can set up with a free account, they get involved, but on the sales page, they can also click to schedule a call to learn about the all-in feature. When that happens, you're notified and you actually are calling these folks and explaining everything to them. Now, which is amazing, right? And you're already having success. You've talked to our people, you've talked to other marketers' people, you're closing sales, and it's working. But just explain this so they understand this. As we go into the AI phase and you bringing on other closers, what's going to happen is the co-op is going to go out and find a high quality lead. That lead decides to come in to PLS, whether they set up a free trial or they buy into the lower ticket. They're going to have the option to request a phone call from someone at the corporate office to call and to help them sort of a getting started, how to be successful with the business. From there, you're going to have a platform in place where the closers are going to be able to be notified that now they have a new one. This isn't a group call. This is a one-on-one call, right, that they're scheduling. Now, the coach is going to go in and work specifically with that client or with that new sign up, and they're going to explain to them, answer their questions, but also explain to them from the top down why, hey, if you're able to, this is why being all in is so important. And they're going to kind of work their way down. They're not just trying to sell one specific all in package. If that doesn't work for the prospect, they're going to talk about all the individual packages as well, right? Because they benefit from that person buying any of the products inside the system. So what you're telling me is, Neil, that I could come in this with zero experience, buy a co-op, that co-op's going to go find me the leads. Then my AI agents are going to follow up for 10 days, stock my prospects and leads, right, through text messages, phone calls, and even voice messages, and even be able to have a two-way communication over the phone with these folks. Okay, so I've got that happening. Then once they come into the system, they can request to now speak to the human agent, right, to learn more about how they can be successful with this program. And they're actually going to have a person contact them, answer all their questions, and get them to go to the next level. So if I'm understanding that correctly, I could potentially come into this with zero knowledge, zero skill set, never making a dime in affiliate marketing, and have all of the major components that you need to be successful in affiliate marketing and these types of programs are covered for me 100%. Am I correct in the way that I said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I want to make sure is really clear is the initial goal was just to have the business professionals, schedule a time for someone that came through the funnel and requested the all-in information. We're going a step beyond that, something we've never, ever done before. We're going to offer even the person that came in for free, a free trial. We're going to give every single, and we're not going to chase them, okay? We're going to give them the opportunity to schedule a meeting with a business professional to go over a game plan to give you the most success. And so when that happens, now all these free trial members that have never been contacted in the past, they've never had a game plan, they've never had really a clear direction because they're just, if they're not contacted by their sponsor, all they get is the emails from the PLS. Well, now we're going to give them the opportunity to meet with one of these professionals. And guess what? Now you've got, like you said, the opportunity. Well, if all-in's not an option for you, we've got 5 other options for you, including, our lowest ticket product, which is, $100 commissions. You can finance that product for $100 over, 2 months, a couple $100 over 2 months. So we've never done anything like this. And what it's going to do, it's going to create more income for anybody inside the system that we've never seen before. So it's very exciting what we have coming.
So essentially, we're getting a franchise, right? Because everything's covered from admin to everything, closing, closers, product, everything is covered. We're getting an entire franchise, but not only a franchise, because you can buy that. Marketers say this all the time. Well, you could pay $5,000 and you've got a franchise. Why go pay 200, $500,000 for a McDonald's when you can pay $5,000? Well, guess what? You pay, $5,000 for this program, but you still have to go out and get leads. You still have to go out and close your own. You still have to do all that. You don't have all this in place. But what you guys are essentially doing is saying, okay, here's your franchise, but we're going to staff your entire franchise as part of this too. You don't have to go schedule this. You don't have to hire people. You don't have to do any of these things. The franchise is built, and we will run the franchise for you. I mean, so that's what I see in this. I've been involved in a lot, and I love high ticket. I love these types of programs. Obviously, we have a lower ticket buy-in, which I think is great. Like Paul, he loves the residual stuff. I like that. We like them both, but it has the best of both worlds. But we literally have a franchise here that's being run for us by not only our AI agents, but our human agents. And so our only job is either, if we want to go out and market and figure out free ways to drive more leads to this, great. If we just want to buy into a co-op or figure out how to go buy paid traffic and get in front of the right audience, we know that as these funnel into this company, into this system, that they're going to be taken care of from A to Z. They're going to be all the information. They're going to get all the information up front. They're going to be followed up with. The system's going to follow up. They're going to have someone reach out and talk to them. Everything is. They're going to have people training them. Like, honestly, I've never been a part of a program that does everything. So I know I keep beating a dead horse there, but if people really could see the big picture here, they would be running to say, Neil, how do I get set up and in this now?
I totally believe that. That's why, when people, like when I said, when the light bulb comes on and they realize you really have all of this, are you really going to be able to follow up with my prospects and train them? We're going to show a brand new person coming in that might not know anything. Look, if you want to market on your own, attend our Fast Start training. I'll show you how to set up your funnel in 30 seconds. I'll show you where to get traffic to your funnel and have you marketing outside of the AI with the AI funnel. And a lot of people might not want to do that. Okay, great. We've got option B. just participate in our ad co-op. Let us do everything for you and just sit back and let our business professionals bring these people in and make you, whatever commission that they can. It's going to start out at 1,500. Very worst case scenario, $20 monthly residual commission. So there you go.
I love
And
it.
that has a 50% check match. So when those people refer, you get $10 from that as well. I was doing some maths earlier today with somebody going over it, and it's like, if you want to make $1,000, it's only 50 customers, which compared to a lot of things out there is low on the recurring front. But then, of course, you get the 50% check matches. And then, of course, there's the $100 commission product. And then, of course, if you want to make $1,000 a month and you're all in, you only need to make one sale every 2 months. And that's where me and Eric, Eric likes recurring, but he would probably favor high ticket. And I like high ticket, but I like to go to bed and wake up in the morning knowing all my bills are covered. Well, now we don't have those conversations anymore. So we've got the whole thing. We've got everything and everything in between. So it's wonderful.
We waive that, nobody likes that, the charge to happen, that monthly, whatever for the platform. So the great news is when you come all in, that's you get that free for 3 months. So you have the opportunity to basically set yourself up to where we're charging out of your commissions for that instead of out of your credit card. You've got 3 months to go out there and get 3 people. Once you have 3 people, your residual income is $60 a month, which more than covers the cost of the platform. We like to say refer 3 and your platform is free. So, we give you every opportunity to go out there and cover that platform cost. You got 3 months to do it, and we're going to help you make that happen for sure.
You guys are also going to be bringing in financing options as well on the back end, which is obviously huge for people who are excited and want to be involved, but maybe initially don't have the capital up front. Then you guys are going to be bringing in, these are all things in the works now. You guys will have some finance options available, and then some additional payment options available on the high ticket end. So yeah, I mean, you guys are really covering A to Z, everything that needs to happen to have the most success with this. So I don't know if you want to touch on that or.
Well, the first thing we're going to release is the ability to finance the all in over 2 months. It's an extra $100, but if you can get your foot in the door and be qualified for $1,500 commissions for less than $1,100 with your foot in the door, that's going to be attractive to a lot of people. It's going to allow a lot more people to participate. But on top of that, like you said, we're going to bring in some really easy finance options for people to plug into where they can get, a $2,000 loan or whatever with really easy payments. And it's going to allow a lot more people to come in. And absolutely, that's what we're going to implement when we bring in.
Neil, can I just ask then? So, if I referred Eric and he came in on a payment plan, for example, no, if I came in on a payment plan, if I did a payment plan and I split the cost over 2 months or whatever, and then Eric comes on board, I refer Eric and he pays all at once, do I still make my $1,500 commission?
Absolutely, yeah. We don't hold back anything. We treat you as you're fully qualified, you're fully all in. We treat that half a payment as if you came all in. So yeah, we don't treat you any differently. You still make the same amount as you would if you came all in up front.
Pretty fair. I know some places don't do that. That's good. Awesome. Thank you.
I'm good, Paul. Our goal was to get Neil, because there's a lot happening right now people need to be aware of, and what's going to happen here, because once this gets going, once these AI co-ops drop, and I think they kick off the 20th or open between the 15th and 20th.
The car opens
around there.
Yeah. I mean, once that happens, and now we started adding additional closers in place, and once it's like it's gonna go. So it's Paul and I'll tell you this, it just is what it is in this industry. If you see something, if you're seeing this, if we like something, we get involved quick. We pull the trigger because we can see what's going to happen, and we know there's a huge benefit always of getting in and positioning yourself early and getting moving, right out of the gate. So that's why we've been kind of sort of gangbusters with this. But I think also with Paul and I, and we'll close it out with this, is this is a 12-year-old company. It's going to be here a year from now, 2 years, 5 years. And it's just, if you've been in this game a while and you've been in programs and you put, a lot of effort, you're helping people, you're training, you're putting content together, you're putting marketing together, you're doing everything you can to help additionally what the company's doing as a marketer. And then, a year later, they change the comp plan. They go out of business. The owner, that we're having this issue. Oh, we're going to go from this model to this model. It's just, it's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you. And this is, like Paul said, he wants to know that money's coming to pay all his bills, whether he decides to go to the beach that day or, has to take care of a family member who's sick or whatever the case is. And so it has that piece, but it also has sort of this high ticket piece, which I love, because to me, that's what really impacted me early on when I came in this industry. When I came in this industry, I never dreamed of making money. I happened to join a high ticket deal, and my first maybe few months in this industry or just getting in the online game, I made like a $1,500 commission, and it blew my mind. It was mind blowing, because I'm like, how is this even possible? And this person that was somebody that was in a completely different country in Australia. And I'm like, how on earth is my small mind able to even understand that I just made a commission off someone that lives across the world from me on this thing called the internet? And I was brand new to the online world. You know what I mean? And that's why I like high ticket, because I think and it's awesome to make a $20 sale. It's incredible to make a $50 profit. But man, you start making like $500, $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 commission, it will change your brain.
So on that front, so I'm the NLP guy, the mindset guy. I learned this from Tony Robbins, right? So Tony Robbins years ago, I don't know what he charges now, but if you wanted to have a one-on-one session with Tony Robbins, it was $10,000 when 10,000 was a lot of money. And he explained that part of the reason why he charges that is because his reputation is that he gets change with people. If somebody pays $10,000, he knows pretty much that they're going to change because they're invested. And I don't know if it was from Tony, but he says it's like you have your breakfast of bacon and egg. The chicken's involved, it laid an egg, but the pig's got skin in the game. And the pig, right, is the one that's going to make the pig's going to make sure he escapes while the farmer's cutting the bacon off or whatever, right? But skin in the game is what counts, and your mindset changes from I've spent $54. I've made a $20 commission. Yeah, should I do that marketing today? Should I invest in that ad co-op? I don't know really. You've invested $2,000 knowing that you can make $1,500, which, let's face it, although I love recurring, I do get more excited about making $1,500 than the $20, and I'm sure everybody watching this will as well. So that's what I would say to you. Do you want to be committed and make it happen? And it's like the Vikings, isn't it? They would burn the boats when they went somewhere, so there was no chance of failure. And 2K these days, if you haven't got it, I know it's a lot of money, and I've been there totally, but 2K isn't really going to end anybody's life, really. It's kind of like, it's financeable. If you go and work at it, you can make it. I always tell a story, and we said we'd go longer than sort of 15 minutes, didn't we? But just real briefly, in the online game, you get a lot of people tell you they can't afford this, they can't afford that. It doesn't matter what the price is. It doesn't matter if it's like $20 program. And then where I used to live, we had a knock at the door, and he was about a 13-year-old kid called Jack. Oh, hello, sir. I'm in the area washing cars. Can I wash your car? And he got his little notebook out, and I said, well, how much is it? And he went, well, £5. And I'm like, okay. And he said, I'm in the area tomorrow. What time suits you? And he wrote me down and the address and how much it would be and all that. And it was like, he came to do the car, and I said, how's it been going? And he made £70, which is about $100 in one day washing cars. 13-year-old kid. And adults were coming to me saying, I can't afford $50. You got to think about it. It's attitude. 2,000 is like probably the equivalent, if not less, to that 13-year-old kid. Outsmarted a lot of people I was talking to. So you're on mute, Eric.
Yeah, but Paul, here's the thing, man. Like I don't have a list like you. I don't have influence.
Yeah.
I don't like being on video or camera. You do these lives. I don't
Yeah,
want to do
yeah,
any of
yeah.
that. And I'm not a sales guy, Paul, and I don't want to sell. And I don't, so like, like what do you have that can actually help me?
Well,
Because I don't want to do any of those things.
so I'll tell you what happened. When I was born in 1960s, I was taken from my mother and put into a pod, right? And the internet's actually been around since like the 1300s. Not a lot of people know that, but there's this secret conspiracy. There's this secret Kabbalah, right? And they've been internet marketing for years before the internet was available to the public. And what they do is they put the babies in these pods, and I was lucky enough to be one of them. And they just feed you marketing information all the time. So by the time you sort of come of age, it's all in there. And then what they do, you get to a certain age and you get a knock at the door by two men in black, right? They've got, like look like the Blues Brothers sort of thing. And the reason I moved to Cornwall is because there's a lot of fields and agriculture down here. And in the field around the back there, that's where they grow my downlines for me. So I was lucky enough to be one of the chosen few. I didn't have to read any books or watch any videos or invest in any courses or, deal with any online coaches that I spent 5 grand on or, I didn't do any of that and get the confidence to do video and stuff like that. No, it just all came to me because of that, Eric, being part of that Kabbalah.
Well, I mean, this is why marketers are psychotic about figuring out ways to have everything done for someone. Because we'll just be raw and real at the end of this. We probably shouldn't. It's been a great one, but I don't care, and I haven't for a while. Like the truth is, and it's a fact. You bring 100 people into a deal. Maybe 2 or 3 are going to actually take some action. Maybe. Okay, that's just the fact.
Yep.
Okay, so this is why marketers are psychotic about done for you. How can we put someone in a position where we can handle all these things that they don't want to do or don't like to do and actually give them a viable internet business? And that is what we've been psychotic. Neil's psychotic because he's a business owner. He knows. Paul knows. So that's why we're so excited about this, because we feel like, okay, can you ever cover 100%? I think maybe we have with this one. I mean, because I could take my son right now and tell him, look, just give me $100 a week out of your paycheck. I will invest that $100 into advertising and I'll put you into this program. Okay. You're going to pay me back. I'll put the 2 grand in, I'll get you in, but you're going to pay me back. But I'm going to put you in this program. You give me $100 a week and I could literally run continue to run the co-op. And he doesn't even have to even talk to me other than, hey, Dad, I got an email with a commission in it. This is one of the first programs that I know I could do that with him and say, okay, you're 100. All right. And then, and then that's it, because I know that the co-op's going to kick in. He's got leads. That lead comes in. I know the AI agents is going to follow up 17 times, and it's 8 to 15 times, according to Direct Sellers Association, need to follow up. So I know that prospect's going to get hit the number of times they need to get hit. Then when they come in now as a free member, which is crazy that Neil is even saying this, as a free member, they're going to get the opportunity to talk to a business coach as a free member. They haven't even put a dime in the game, and they can literally schedule a call with a business coach to get all their questions answered and put a game plan together before they've ever even pulled out a card to pay for anything. That's crazy. So now I've got that happening on the back end with the AI agent. I got the human agent. Okay. They decide, hey, this is a phenomenal program. I want to be a part of this, or this product all in, or one of these products. Then now all of a sudden my son is getting a commission. Okay. And all he's done is just run some advertising to a platform. Okay. So we've done it here. This is a true
This is the
done
Kabbalah. This is it. This is the secret society.
Yeah.
And Eric said, we'll never get to 100, and you won't, because I've had people look at it that haven't even taken the free trial, and you don't even have to put your credit card in. If you're not even prepared to take the free trial, it's like, I can't understand. It's like if you take the free trial and you don't want it, I think all of us agree that's fine because you looked. But I don't get people that just don't even look, that kind of tell you they want to make money online and stuff. And you give them the free trial and they don't even take the free trial. It's like, well, come on, surely. And we can't help that, but everything else Neil's got covered. So thank you, Neil. I think it's time I went and probably had a beer. It's a Friday night after all. Anything else anybody's got any say to close out? We'll give you the last word, Neil.
We are pioneers right now. No one's done what we put together. We are truly pioneers. Like Jeff says, we're dodging the arrows. We're out there in the prairie. That we're the first out here. Nobody else has put themselves in this position, and we invite you to come join us on this ride. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to hit this 2025 really, really big.
Let's
Thanks,
go,
Neil.
guys.
Thanks, Eric.
Bye, guys. Thanks, Neil.
Yeah, my pleasure.